to get out of my house! Put this in the oven for me, will you, Francis?
I will make sure you'll never bother me again. I will make sure you'll never bother me again. Wow.
You're in.
I'm going to
Some
be
of
the
these are
talk
gonna be
of the
available,
New
some
Year's
of them
party
are not.
tonight.
So you can see
No one
that
can
I'm heading over
compete.
to Disney.
Can I come?
I'm linking
Hey.
this profile, and you have
You're
to choose
joking,
a
right?
profile.
Oh,
to
pretty
link to that.
please.
Let's get started
Okay,
with
okay.
video and audio calls.
Yay.
With the Google Nest Hub, you don't have a camera, but it's a little bit interesting. Sometimes your friends and family will be able to turn on their cameras. You'll be able to see them play. The other thing is you'll be able to make audio calls through Google Duo to other contacts who have Duo, and you can make basic phone calls in many countries. So you've got to check if your country can do that. That service changes a little bit over time, which countries have that available. So I'm just going to hit continue, and if you already have a Duo account, it's going to pop up with your account, and you can simply kind of tap on that. You're entering in your number, and it's already connected to my Duo account because I already have one and I've logged into it on this phone. So it's easiest to have the dual application before you start that part of the process, and then the login and phone number, and then all connects very
will
seamlessly.
punish you,
If
you
can't
little
do this in this
rascal.
part of the process, again, I'm going to show you how to get everything connected later when we talk fully about video calls and audio calls on this device. This is one of the best components of having a Google Nest Smart Display, and we have 3 options for what we can put on the screen, and again, you can change this in the future. Now, Google Photos is attached to your account that you're using, that you started the Google Home application with, and that is what you're going to have to use for this at the time being anyway. You also have the art gallery that you can go into, and this will allow you to
I
pick
will
from
make sure you'll
curated
never
photos
bother
that
me
Google does.
again.
Plus, there are a number of full screen clocks. Now, I'm going to give you a quick insight into the art gallery. You can see that there's a number of different segments, and you can tap to turn off any of those segments if that's maybe a kind you don't want. Now, I'm going to head back here, and I'm going to show you the full screen clocks. These are interesting, and new ones are added on a semi-regular basis, but you can choose any of these to be your basis, and for now, I'm going to choose the timeless light. Now, the weather one puts that weather right front and center, and in the future, when I go through this feature entirely, I'm going to show you a little bit more that you can do. There's actually a fun little thing you can do. Now, if you go into Google Photos, they load in all your albums and the screen clock, and
New
I'm going to go
Year's
down to
blooper.
time. It's going to sit
I'm
next
going
to
to
your
become a
bedside,
pro
and I'm going to walk
gamer.
through the full setup process kinda
Absolutely
separate
not.
from this.
Lock that.
celor care doresc aprofundarea cunoștințelor în domeniul endodonției microscopice.
În special medicilor tineri, dar există și tips and tricks care îi pot ajuta pe cei care au deja o experiență sau încearcă să schimbe lucruri.
Recomand cu drag tuturor să vină merită timp premium.
There are some important aspects about setup of sleep sensing. It's got to be about level with your mattress. It shouldn't be too high or too low. It also has to be about 1 to 2 feet away from your mattress, so not too far out. And then you have to angle it towards your chest is best, actually. Make sure nothing blocks the display from seeing you. You can put little things kind of under, like your smartphone, but nothing too big. And then they're going to ask you to lay there.
Calibration should take less than a minute. Just relax, stay still and breathe normally. And that's starting now.
The device will then calibrate, and if it says it failed, you might need to reposition things and try again. Otherwise, it can't come back and say that it's ready. One thing to understand about sleep sensing is it requires the Google Fit application, and you will be passing data into that Google Fit application. Now, you probably want to read a little bit about that as you go, but that's how they're aggregating the information. A lot of the initial data, things like how much you're coughing or snoring or when all of those events are happening, are kept on the device. Now, parts of that information will go to Google Fit and therefore are sitting in the cloud, but most of the processing is done on device, so your detailed data doesn't leave the device. The good news about tracking these items like coughing and snoring is that you can actually turn off those.
Stay out of my house, you little brat!
The sleep tracking feature, so you don't have to track everything here. Now you can see they're asking me about Google Fit, and I'm going to go ahead and get those personalized sleep recommendations or suggestions. That's one of the biggest components here for sleep sensing. It's going to give you recommendations and suggestions over time, and I think that's almost the most important aspect of what this device does, because lots of sleep trackers will tell you you're sleeping terribly, but they won't necessarily give you
What
anything
should I
to
wear
do
to
with
the
that. So it asks me
masquerade
to
party?
download and install
Of
Google
course,
Fit. I've already
I can
done
look
that.
good
You
in
should do that. Connect it to
everything.
that same account. Go through that process. Just use that same account. Now we're going to set up a sleep schedule here, and I'm just going to put in what I think. You can change any of these times. It's very simple, and once you've done that, you're just going to hit the next button. That sleep schedule can be adjusted, so don't worry too much about that. Now, the device is almost finished. We're almost done here on the basic setup, and I can just hit continue. They're going to give me a little walkthrough on some of the controls. The first thing to understand about this device is there's an ambient light sensor, so it's looking at the light around and actually the color of the light, and it will adjust the display. Now, adjust these settings, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute, but this really helps to dim the display when the room is kind of
Stay out
darker,
of my house,
and it
you
helps
little
to
brat.
color match a little bit with the lighting, which is very impressive and very helpful for eye strain. The volume buttons are on the back of the device. There's an up and a down, and actually if you hold those two, that is how
I
you get
will
a
punish
factory
you,
reset.
you
There's a
little
link down below to
rascal.
see just how that goes though. Now, the mic switch on the back, this allows you to mute the microphone. So in some cases, you will find that this device and maybe another device are hearing you, and so they might both be responding, or the wrong one might be responding. The mute microphone switch is obviously going to help with that. Now, we're going to get a little bit of a demo from Google here on what the display can do.
By adopting better sleep habits, we can make each night's sleep restful and refreshing to improve our overall wellness and feel our best every day.
All right, we've got all the basics set up here. It ran through a couple of videos to tell us some things about the product and then a quick demo. Those are great things, and I encourage you to do them, but it's important to understand some of the hardware on this device before we go too far. Now, there are 3 far-field microphones, and they're going to hear you fairly well when the music is even being played at full volume, and you're just kind of speaking towards the device from about 10 to 15 feet. You might have to raise your voice after that, or if you have other speakers playing in a group, well, it could maybe struggle a little bit to hear you, but there are 3 of those microphones. There's also those volume controls.
Something doesn't seem right here.
Microphone switch as well. The speaker itself is improved over the first generation Nest Hub, and you'll find it kind of moderately well balanced. I wouldn't say it's something that performs super well, but it's definitely serviceable, especially in that bedroom scenario in the mornings. You don't necessarily want to be blown away by a speaker.
numesc Ilinca Munteanu, sunt make-up artist și creator de conținut. Nu am avut probleme cu tenul în adolescență și abia de la 19 ani mi-a apărut prima erupție pe față. Inițial am crezut că e ceva trecător, dar acnea a tot revenit. Ajunsesem dependentă de tehnicile de acoperire a coșurilor prin machiaj, iar totul era ca un carusel. Cu cât voiam să mă ascund mai mult, cu atât deveneam mai dependentă de o altă față care nu era chiar a mea. Când nu purtam machiaj, nu doream să văd pe nimeni și voiam să stau singură, să mă izolez. La Roche-Posay a fost brandul recomandat de medicul meu dermatolog încă de la primul consult. De atunci am folosit produsele fără întrerupere și m-au ajutat să-mi țin acnea sub control. Dacă povestea pielii mele poate inspira și alte persoane cu probleme similare, înseamnă că putem fi cu toții skin life changers. O piele perfectă nu ar trebui să fie standardul la care să aspirăm, ci ar trebui să o iubim și să o ocrotim așa cum este ea, cu fiecare imperfecțiune care contribuie la unicitatea și frumusețea ei.
E mai mult decât ieftin. E de la Lidl. Profită de ofertele noi. Ultima săptămână din martie vine la Lidl nu numai cu oferte surprinzătoare pentru toți ai casei, dar și cu emoțiile pregătirilor pentru UEFA Euro 2024. Pentru că suntem în echipa ta, te așteptăm în aplicația Lidl Plus cu un concurs în perioada 25 martie-21 aprilie, prin care copilul tău ar putea să intre pe teren alături de jucătorii de la UEFA Euro 2024. Cum poți participa? Descarcă sau deschide aplicația Lidl Plus, completează și trimite formularul până la data de 21 aprilie 2024. Asta e tot! Nu uita să iei ceva proaspăt din piață, de exemplu un mix conopidă și brocoli la numai 9,99 lei. Le servești lângă o doradă proaspătă eviscerată la 3,59 lei 100 de grame, pregătite toate în tavă la cuptor. Iar la desert te îndulcești cu budincă cu frișcă redusă acum cu 31%. Cămara noastră te așteaptă cu o varietate surprinzătoare de bunătăți, așa că gustă din trăirile românești și participă și la concurs. Înscrie pe surprize.lidl.ro codul de pe un bon de cumpărături de minimum 80 de lei pe care ai cel puțin un produs Cămara noastră și poți câștiga marele premiu de 5.000 euro sau unul dintre cele 10 vouchere Lidl de câte 300 de lei fiecare. Savurează cu cei dragi o plăcintă cu mere sau dovleac la 13,99 lei și încearcă și salam cu înveliș, piper negru sau ceapă și usturoi la doar 4,49 lei dacă scanezi la casă cardul din aplicația Lidl Plus. Grădina ta prinde contur zi de zi și abia aștept să petreci cât mai mult timp pe afară. Cu Parkside știi că poți să te ocupi eficient de plante pentru că ai unelte de calitate. Alege trimmer Guard View la 149 lei și ustensile de grădină din inox la 12,99 lei. Spor la treabă! Surprinde-i pe grădinarii de mâine cu un cor de joacă Tipi pentru exterior la 299 lei și ale accesorii grădinărit pentru copii la 24,99 lei să participe activ și ei la activitățile în aer liber. De joi ai produse proaspete pe alese la prețul Lidl. Nu rata burtă de vită fâșii la prețul special de 8,99 lei prin scanarea cardului din aplicația Lidl Plus. Profită și de super reducerile de până la 32%. Iar dacă vrei prețuri și mai bune, ți-am pregătit și o listă cu produse de calitate, toate sub 10 lei. Pentru nostalgici, avem amintiri delicioase și gusturi retro, care te vor trimite în copilărie cu parizeri cu dichis, halvițe și pernițe umplute cu cremă la 2,7. Catalogul pe Lidl.ro sau în aplicația Lidl Plus și bucură-te cu totul de prețul Lidl. Lidl. Meriți să fii
Easter fun in my town!
Hidden hardware components on here. We've already talked about Soli a little bit in terms of those gestures.
Eggs everywhere!
That technology will probably continue to be developed on this device. The ambient EQ light sensor is very important for adjusting the screen, and I think you just leave that one and I'll show you some of the little detailed changes that you can make for that. There's also an ultrasonic sensor, and this means that controls will show up when you're playing music and you just kind of walk up to the device. It'll also wake up in a lot of cases just for you when you walk towards the device, and you'll find that even timer timers switch the interface as you get closer here. So there's a lot of sensing in terms of where you are in the home or in relation to the Nest Hub. The first thing to understand from a software perspective is that there is a voice assistant on here. That's called the Google Assistant. We've already set up a lot of components of that in that initial setup. Now, what I'll tell you about that, and in combination with the AI processor that is available on this device, is that you will find that things you do on a regular basis become quicker and quicker, and the device can respond faster to you. Otherwise, in a lot of cases, that Google Assistant will pull out the internet, it will use your Wi-Fi and your network connection in order to get out to the cloud and then pull that information. So that happens, but the AI component of this, for example, when I ask for timers on this device already, because I've been using it for a while, it is very quick. It'll almost respond before I have got the whole statement out to start a timer. One of the really nice aspects of this device is that you can pull down here and it will bring up your home control screen very quickly. Now, that screen will obviously develop as you add more devices to it, but that's a quick pull down that was actually missing for a while from the interface. Another thing that you can do is actually pull up from the bottom, and this will give